Good morning, students, and welcome to Arkansas PBS AMI for the week of May 4th through May 8th. Hope everybody's been doing well. Everyone's been doing a pretty good job of turning in their assignments. We're nearing the end. We're in the last month of school finally. I know you guys are probably really excited about that. About 3 more weeks worth of work here, and we'll be looking at summer break and some time away from everything. So anyway, the assignments for this week. This week you have 3 assignments, of course, to turn in. And of course, just like normal, you can do those any day of the week you want. You can do them all together on one day. You can do one day, one another. As long as they are all 3 turned in by 10 o'clock Friday evening of the week, you will be given full credit and be counted as attending class basically for the week. So your 3 assignments this week. The first one is to do an interview of someone you know. With this quarantine, it may be somebody in your house. It may be somebody that you live with. It could be somebody that you're able to call or reach out to on a Google Meet or Zoom meeting and interview. But your job is basically to ask them 5 questions that you would like to know more about them, and then use the answers to those questions to write a 2 to 3 paragraph essay about that person. So maybe you want to interview your grandparent, and maybe your first question is, tell me some interesting facts that you have witnessed or seen in your life. They'll give you an answer. You write down that answer for question 1. Then you do question 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then once you're done, you'll be able to take those answers and then put them into a 2 or 3 paragraph essay about that person and their life and interesting things that you find about that person. So once again, for the interview assignment, you can interview anybody you want. It does have to be somebody who is alive. It's not like the historical interview you did a couple weeks ago. This one's got to be somebody who you either live with or somebody that you can talk to either through a Zoom meeting or a Google Meet or on the telephone and interview them about their lives or things that you find interesting about them. So that's the first assignment. The second assignment is to write a 2 to 3 paragraph letter as if you were the governor of Arkansas. Now, our governor is Asa Hutchinson, and he's been on the news a lot. I'm sure all of you have probably seen him at one point or another, either on the internet, on an interview, or on TV. He's the person that basically is in charge of Arkansas making decisions for our state. His decision to close down schools went along with the decision of other governors to close down schools, and so a lot of the governors do kind of the same thing that the government is asking everyone to do. But your job is to write basically a letter to the people of Arkansas as if you were the governor, Asa Hutchinson. And the point of doing that is basically you're going to write it as if you're telling the people of Arkansas what they need to do to be safe during the coronavirus. I put some examples on the assignment for you. I put a couple of YouTube videos so you can learn more about the coronavirus, but your job is to do, it's called perspective writing. You're going to basically become the governor, and you're writing a letter to the people of Arkansas telling them what they need to do to stay safe from the coronavirus. So that's assignment number 2, perspective writing as if you were the governor of Arkansas. The third and final assignment you're probably getting used to now, and that is the 50 states assignment. The last couple of weeks, you guys have each researched a state. You've learned something new about the state. You've made an outline of the state with the capital. You've made the state flag, and then you've basically have written information you learned about the state. You're doing that again this week, and you'll probably be doing that again every week because that's part of geography for our standards for social studies. And one of the things that I know at the start of this year, many of you did not know a lot about the states. And so to help you out for next year, that's one of the reasons we're doing this each week. So your third and final assignment is to pick a new state this week. You picked one 2 weeks ago. You picked another one this past week. Now you're going to pick a third one that interests you. And then, of course, you're going to make a state flag, send me a picture of that when you make that. And then, of course, you're going to write your information on the Google Doc that you find out about that state information-wise. So once again, your 3 assignments. You're going to interview somebody that you find interesting, who is alive today, family member, relative, someone you can talk to, and write a 2 to 3 paragraph informational report about that person from the answers they give you in your questions. Second assignment is you're going to write a letter to the people of Arkansas as if you were the governor, and you're going to use the information that I put as on links to basically educate yourself about the coronavirus. So your letter is basically you're the governor and you're telling people how to stay safe during the coronavirus. And the final assignment again is going to be the 50 states. The 50 state assignment is not anything new. You've done it the last couple of weeks. You're just picking a new state this week to research. Of course, there will be an enrichment folder. The enrichment folder is not required. It is something you can do at your own leisure, but it is something that I like to put on there for you so that you have extra opportunities for learning if you want them. So that would be something you'll have as well this next week for you to work on if you want to. So please make sure once again and get all your assignments turned in by Friday, May 8th at 10 o'clock. And I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.